playoffs are still going. Denver, Minnesota, they're even. Celtics just won't die. Lakers coaching search is on. This is the Profanity Nation.
Profanity Nation.
Yeah, it's the new era of man for some old school fans with a new school brand. We got money on the mic with the plan in hand. And Stat Pat to his left, they go hand in hand. And to the right, we got Simpster, he putting it down. It's the Profanity Nation, we running the town. Yeah,
It's the Profanity Nation.
Profanity Nation.
Where we are the voice of the professional fan, most usually Laker fans, but
Yes,
today
sir.
we're just fan of sports and Lakers in general. So welcome to the show. As we stated, the NBA playoffs are still going. Denver and Minnesota are in a dogfight, and Boston just won't lose and go away.
Yeah.
As always, I'm here with my co-host, Money Mike. How are you, bud?
Man, I'm good. You know, just trying to figure out everything that's going on with the playoffs. We got to get these Celtics out. Excited about the WNBA season. You know, national televised game, you know, for Caitlin and nobody else. So I don't understand that. We're going to talk about it.
All right, excellent. WNBA, definitely exciting. We're going to talk about that, guys. Step Hat in the house.
Man. Good, man. I'm doing really good. Yeah, who's gonna be the Lakers' new coach?
Well,
I mean, that's what I'm
unfortunately,
thinking
if we
about
go
right
with
now.
betting odds right now, I don't know. Is it unfortunate? Okay, let's just do that. The elephant in the room.
I agree with honestly, Byron Scott. Like we
Yes.
just should just
Well,
allow.
we know you agree with that. You've been saying
Here's
it
the
all
thing.
season.
We
So
should really just allow LeBron James to be the coach.
if he's
player.
going to play on the team, just
Because I want to see.
could he fire himself?
Right. Like, at what point is this guy going to be like, I'm not happy and I didn't know what I was doing?
Do you understand that he really can't do it? Like,
He doesn't want that
can't-
heat.
He can't do it.
He doesn't want that.
Like,
heat.
it's the dumbest thing. Like, if anybody,
I don't think
that-
he's asking to do.
Right,
that.
no, I know. And if you just think, I mean, maybe some people say that he's a narcissist or whatever. If you think that, and he said, you know what, I'll do it myself. Like, some Thanos stuff. And he goes out there and think he's going to go
But
ahead
here's
and
the
do
thing.
it.
Look.
Then it's like,
But let me just say this.
What are we doing?
I actually think that he actually would be a very good coach. He studies the
He
tape.
just can't coach
He knows
himself.
the plays that the other team runs. He knows the spots they're going to go.
Nah, I don't. think,
I mean,
yeah, you're out of bounds. Name one, please. Stat Pat. We'll go.
What?
Name one. I mean, superstar genius player that was a good coach. You can't. Bird.
Bill Russell.
No.
see, I know what you're going to say that.
No,
and
what?
that's
Come on.
literally just
Bird,
giving me the ball
Bird
out of the
tried
way.
it. Bird
That's
tried it.
it.
Wasn't very good.
Bird-
Magic.
no, Bird was-
Magic. Horrible.
Wait.
Jordan's been a horrible GM. Genius players, they don't have the patience to
Is he a
groom
genius
players
player?
coming up. Yeah, anyone
Who,
who is
LeBron?
is
Of course
come
he is.
on,
Yeah,
man.
dude.
So anyone like Kobe wouldn't have made a good coach because he doesn't have the patience. LeBron, Jordan, these guys don't have the patience. Name one. They don't. They're not there.
So, I mean,
They're-
so taking them to the finals don't count.
Who?
'Cause Bird did do that.
Yeah,
right?
but
Bird actually was a really
longevity.
good coach.
When he took them to the finals.
Bird had a
you
good.
know, he was
Bird had a good
he
demeanor.
he was
very relatable.
everybody else though sucked. Everybody else sucked. Everybody. It's almost like I have my theory about like kids that are from Hall of Fame parents. Like they suck.
They don't stand a chance.
But if their dad was a rotational player,
They could be the best in the
they're
world.
might be a superstar.
That's
You know
right,
what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like
yeah.
that's how usually
Yeah,
it is, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, but how often are we gonna go back into the first time coach well?
It's
And
horrible.
That's where
Well, but
what
who's
is-
there? There's again the well in general of veteran coaches is dry.
Who wants?
It's dry.
Who wants to coach? The question is, the real question is, who wants to coach LeBron?
No. The bigger question is who do you want to coach LeBron?
No.
Who do you want that isn't willing to come?
I don't.
Who do you want?
What? Listen, the only look, everybody they've gone after, they basically gave them contract extensions, right? Because
except one person, right?
They wanted Jason Kidd, and they was like, nope, You ain't. We're gonna view more Tyronn Lue.
He hasn't got it. He hasn't got it yet.
He ain't got it, but
you know what I'm saying?
Nowhere.
That's the funny thing.
He ain't
That
going
is
nowhere.
the funny thing about this whole situation because Ballmer is playing games too. He got Tyronn Lue in a wait and see mode because he's playing poker with the Lakers. We're gonna see how long can you really hold out for this coaching script. Because I'm gonna have to make a decision, but I'm not gonna make a decision until you make a decision. So unless he has a standing agreement
What's
with Lue,
the benefit for that?
well, I mean, they just could fire, but they don't want to see him go to the Lakers.
But so why not just sign him then?
Or fire him.
Yeah,
but don't fire him before the Lakers hire.
Gotcha. So if they plan to let him go, don't do it
before the Lakers coach.
Simpson,
because he's the Lakers coach. He's the Lakers coach if he gets fired.
We saw very clearly how the Clippers were playing the Lakers when they was holding Kawhi hostage. And they allow all those other
the
free
mind
agents
games, yes,
to go, and they knew what they was going to do. They had conversation,
just to mess with the Lakers.
It has to be somewhere in their offices. Anybody but the Lakers. It has to be in their offices because I mean, like you said, going back to the whole Kawhi thing, they were definitely not going to make the Lakers have him, and they were you said they were playing.
Yeah, because they literally had a conversation with Kawhi. Said, "Okay, look, we want all the free agents to fall. You're going to come to us, and this is how you're going to do it."
Is that factual?
Dude, wasn't that a saga?
Is that what happened?
Wasn't that crazy?
Is that factual?
Is that what happened?
I don't know if it's factual.
Yeah, you can't.
But it's damn
let's
so
just say you
circumstantial.
don't know that that's factual.
It's circumstantial.
It sure happened that way, but we don't know that they.
This is what I will say.
And hey, it's gamemanship if
look,
so.
Right, I mean, big time gamemanship.
This is what I will say to correct that. Okay, I will say that it definitely was Kawhi. Now we may not have to. We may, add the
and Uncle Dennis.
Maybe adding the Clippers in the scheme of that may be a stretch.
That guy.
Adding the Clippers in that may be a stretch.
Yeah,
100% was Kawhi though.
It definitely was trying to drive the well.
It 100% was.
So that we was
Well,
scraps.
how'd that work for you, Kawhi?
Yeah.
Well, hey,
and we won.
You kind of wish you were with
Yeah.
LeBron now, don't you?
Oh, I know.
Yeah. You guys could have probably won a title.
Definitely needs to.
Okay, so coaching search, Lakers coaching search. Man, this has been a carousel for 15 years.
God,
now. Ever since Phil left
yep.
and D'Antoni and then this and that. It's been a nightmare. But honestly, there has, in no situation, other than you guys I know will say Ty Lue, but to me, I like Ty Lue. He's a strong coach. But my uncle texted me as soon as the Lakers were done, as soon as the Clippers were eliminated, and he's been a huge Lakers fan. He texted me, he's like, oh, we could get Ty Lue now. And I said, and I immediately texted back, and I said, I like Ty Lue, but Ty Lue hasn't figured out the Clippers yet. What makes you think he's going to figure out the Lakers? Good point.
but I think he did figure.
He
figure out
didn't.
Clippers.
What are you talking about?
Look, Ty Lue came in there, especially when Harden came. He had a game plan. It didn't work. He stuck with that game plan until it started working.
To me, that looked like in-season tournament. What was the difference? They spiked at that time, and then they fizzled.
That was LeBron.
No difference. See? So now, but you see it as, they were doing great, and everything else was whatever. The Lakers, it's like, dude, there's no difference. They had a peak, and they fizzled. The Lakers had a peak, and they fizzled.
Wait. The difference is that Kawhi got hurt, and that's always going to be the excuse, whether it's true or not. Kawhi got hurt. So they were rolling.
No,
and
not
then Kawhi
true.
got hurt.
They started dipping with Kawhi before.
Yeah, but when Kawhi's not there, then that's always going to be. If we had Kawhi, we would be.
And they're okay with living off that because and they're once again
They have an excuse.
They're making money. They're making money in this LA market.
Yeah.
But if we do not go that route, the names I've heard are James Borrega. That's a guy from
Miami.
No, that's the dude from Miami. Is Chris Quinn. Quinn is
former player.
Yeah, Chris Quinn. He's he actually helped. He coached with LeBron.
He coached Miami.
So
LeBron.
you get a little bit of the Miami way because they still have that Miami culture. And you have familiarity with LeBron, which I think you do need.
And player, coach.
We can't just have LeBron come in there and some guys like, well, I'm going to coach you.
And now, what's
like,
his
that's not going to work anymore.
Just get rid of LeBron.
What's his role in Miami?
Assistant coach.
head, like number one, number two?
I don't know about the number one main assistant, but I know
I'd really like to know, like, what is he? Is he scheming offense? Is he scheming defense? Is he scheming teams?
I should have looked that up.
I'd really not that but I'd really like to know, because just being an assistant, okay, never again. You're still looking at first time head coach for a win now team. Let me ask you this. Okay, let's just start with that candidate there, Chris Quinn. Put him up against who that you would rather see? That is a veteran, not a first-time coach. Eliminate all other first-time coaches.
That's available. Well, it would be. Well, I mean, if we're thinking about ex-coaches that have had experience, or Terry Stott would be the one that stands out.
Okay, let me ask you guys.
But that's where we're at.
And would you like that?
I wouldn't like that.
Okay, so
because I want something fresh.
Okay,
I think our offense was stale, and I don't think our commitment to defense where it should have been. I think Ham really preached defense, but it wasn't like that. We were not a cohesive unit. And I know we talk about the bubble, but at least one thing that we can say about Vogel, his defense was tight. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was tight. His offense was crap. Defense was pretty good. So if we can get somebody else to get us back to that championship defense, and what about our motion offense? It is basically LeBron in the fourth quarter at the top of the key.
Okay.
I mean, that's where it's at.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure. I have a question.
Okay, let's keep going here. Okay, defense, Vogel. Okay, let's put this dream team together. Vogel's available, right? Vogel.
Oh yeah, he did get fired.
Yeah,
right?
he's available. Assistant coach, manage our defense. Okay, run our defense. Who is our head coach in that situation, Mike? Let's just say, okay, we liked your defense. No one's hiring you. Let's build this super team of coaches now. We got a defensive mind coach that you like, that is familiar with the Lakers, familiar with LeBron, and had success, won a title. Put him in as defense. Who is our head coach?
Oh, then that's easy. That's an easy answer.
Who's that?
I mean, so if you're saying that we're going to surround this coach with veteran coaches, it's going to be J.J. Redick. I mean, it's going to be that guy.
So is J.J. Redick's going to be the head of this?
Has J.J. Redick ever
No,
coached?
he's not. The thing is, guys, when you hear that Mike Krzyzewski is a special counsel to the coaching search, what dog in the fight does he have? What do he have? Is he really going to be objective? Is Coach K going to be objective to a dookie?
Can I throw out a name?
Yes, please.
Can I please throw out a name?
Please.
And I want to see what you guys' reaction was going to be.
It's not LeBron, right?
No.
Mark Jackson.
See, I wouldn't be mad at it.
Okay, wait.
Okay,
give me more. Give me more. Put some data. What about Mark Jackson's offense tells you that he's going to come in and he's going to do this? He's shown that he's going to put this in play, and that is successful with our team. What about it besides
when Mark Jackson was in Golden State, he actually created a culture and a mentality of the players where they knew what to do on the court and be fundamental in the things that they were doing.
They were young.
And they were young. He built, but he gained the respect. He had
of a rookie team, Mike.
Right. So I think the problem that the Lakers are having is that they don't have anybody that's able to command what is going on with all the players from 1 to 12.
No.
Is my point exactly.
J.J. Redick is
not
going
to
do that.
So,
but if we're talking about
the thing about Mark Jackson is he has a philosophy, and he doesn't care what anybody thinks about what this philosophy, and he's going to employ that will.
I'm going to say,
and you're going to go and buy in on that. I mean,
I'm going to say
there
is something that happened with Mark Jackson. I don't know anything specific,
100%.
But something happened.
that somebody's blackballing him.
That it's not just that he's being blackballed. That something happened, and I think it might be the opposite. I don't think he's being blackballed. I think he's being salvaged. I think they're saying, "Look, dude, if this comes out, you're not even a broadcaster anymore. So what we're going to do here is nobody's going to hire you. But you can still have a career in NBA doing your thing." I don't know what that is.
Is that the only reason why you don't want him?
No, I don't want him because he hasn't. Other than you saying he is a.
You're going to need a player manager as long as LeBron's on.
But he's not that dude.
Okay, so who is the player manager?
Who's
Doesn't
gonna
exist. Doesn't exist.
at the
You are
end of the
right.
day.
You're right in that LeBron needs to go. No question. That you're right. But
I didn't say that. You said that.
no,
Simpson
you're
said-
right. You're
Simpson
right.
said- say it again.
Hey, am I
Say it
lying?
again.
In the comments, am I lying? No. LeBron has to go for us to really find a coach and build a culture because we can't build a culture while
Simpson
LeBron's
said.
here. It's right. But he's not going anywhere.
Right.
So that's the facts.
Give him what he wants.
So now, what
Well,
can
he
we
wants
do?
Bronny James.
We want one title. Yeah, well, I don't care. We want one title. Who can squeak? I don't care what it takes. Squeeze us that one title. What coaching staff? What is the ultimate coaching staff available? You like Vogel's defense, so let's put him in play as assistant coach, not head coach's defense. Okay. What team out there is running an offensive scheme that we like, that is moldable to our team, that has an assistant coach that may be part of that? Thinking along those lines and adopting that. Is Miami that team? Is Chris Quinn, can he bring, is the scheme that he's learned under Spoelstra something that will work for the Lakers? If not, then he's not the guy.
Well, I mean, the only thing about it, what do the Lakers do well on offense? So you can't bring anybody with any kind of philosophy and say, well, I like say the guy Kenny Atkinson. I think he's the assistant from Golden State.
Mm-hmm.
Like him, I like his offense, but you throw him in here and we don't have shooters. So who's going to be the person that's going to shoot the ball and make him
Can't run the
consistently?
triangle without the right
Yeah,
pieces.
so you got to just scrap everybody, get shooters, but then you're going to be, somewhere. Whereas with Miami, they make lemonade. They make
With what they got.
lemonade. They don't mess around and cry about we don't have it. They'll go say we are missing shooters. We're gonna scrap this thing up and we're gonna grind for wins. And next year we're gonna get into free agency and we're gonna get shooters. But this year we don't have shooters.
So we're
but
going
we're
to get
still
rid.
gonna
We're
go
gonna
ahead and
have
play the season,
Yep.
and we're still
They're
gonna
probably gonna
grind.
make the playoffs or
We're gonna
get in
make
or
the
play
playoffs.
in
We're
or
gonna
something.
grind. We're gonna grind. Right. We're gonna work hard for it. Now the thing about us though, we need somebody that, first of all, like you said, command respect in the locker room. And thing that we didn't have last year is accountability. No one's accountable for anything. No one. I mean, you can see what you call Darvin Ham on the way out was shooting shots. Like he was taking shots on the way out. He was talking about his own team before he even got fired. Like he's saying like he was taking shots. He already knew he was going. So you might as well get these shots off right now before I even get fired. Like that, I'm letting him know I didn't like him like that. So they wasn't messing with him. He didn't get the command of the locker room. Didn't get command of LeBron James. So at the end of the day, like you said, if we're going to take the next step further to get a foundation for the future, LeBron James can't be here.
Yeah,
but since
so
he is
that has to
here
wait.
and he's thinking about going to go ahead and sign probably a 2-year extension, then he's going to be here with a player option, mind you. It won't be a team option. It will definitely be a player option. And what now? So you got to get him something that he can work with. Unfortunately, we have put ourselves in that bag. There's no way we can get out of it unless we try to accommodate LeBron James.
And Mike, the coach that's going to build our future is not going to take this team. And that coach could very well be a Chris Quinn or something like that. Because you can build around an AD with young pieces as him, and have multiple players. But right now, that's not going to happen.
Can we get rid of while we're at it? Can we get rid of Pelinka?
See, that's exactly where I was going. Money. You say accountability, right? Accountability. Well, the Miami Heat, they have accountability. Their players play hard. But man, that shit starts from the top. We know it. That started from Riley and then Spoelstra and
coaching.
down.
Yeah.
Anybody outside of that structure may, sway. Yeah. So you take Chris Quinn out and you put him under a Rob Pelinka Genie Bus structure where he's not like, and all of a sudden, it's loose, it's casual, shit gets lost.
It looks casual as hell right now.
Yeah.
What's interesting about that is though, like we talk about all the time, obviously, because we go up and down. 1 minute you want to get rid of somebody, another minute we say that they're a genius, right? Mm-hmm. And it always happens with especially the GMs, like when Mr. Kupchak was like, "What you doing?" And then he pulls off the Kwame Brown for Pau Gasol, then he's a genius, right? Same thing with
Kobe
Blink.
wants it straight, and now
Until
Kobe gets the title.
then he was living off that cachet
Right.
until he goes out there and
Mozgov.
calls Mozgov and all
Number one.
So now we're done with my contract.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
yes, we are going
So-
to judge you based upon what you did last.
What you did
now
last.
let's talk about that.
Right, because see, the thing about with Blinka is we know that he won. LeBron won Kyrie, and he didn't go after Kyrie, and he actually put some players in place that had us get to the Western Conference Finals, and we felt like he kind
Did a
of
good
stood
job.
up against LeBron and actually put together trade. We got D'Angelo over here and additional players, and we was like, Pelinka, we have major admiration for you. We felt like Pelinka did a great job in bringing the other pieces in off season, to start this season. So now we're like, we gotta get rid of Pelinka. Well,
But there's two things. There's two
Don't need to get
things,
rid
and
of
so
him, but he's gonna have to show another
for
side.
me, the reason why I say that is because there's two things that he ridiculously mismanaged. There's three things mismanaged. I'm gonna go taking it further back. You held on to THT too damn long. You did. Let's be honest. You held on to THT too long. You thought he was going to be the next coming. He was not the next coming. We were so many offers on the table for THT, and we refused to give him up.
Went up and all the way down.
And now he's a rotational player. Could have got a king's ransom for that dude. Could have got at least a first rounder. Moving on. You are losing to Joker, okay? You are losing to the Joker. You know that AD does not want to play center against Joker. And you have tradable assets at the trade deadline that you can trade because now you're stuck with D'Angelo's contract. He's a free agent now. You can't even trade that. That's a tradable asset that you decide to not manage.
He's going to walk.
Okay, now he's going to walk, so you can't get him for anything. That's a mismanagement. That's on you. And if
Just like
the
Julius
only signing that you do was get Spencer Dinwiddie on the waiver wire, is your midseason acquisition, knowing full well that you're going to go ahead and go against Joker in the playoffs? What are we doing? We're talking about accountability. We're talking about, yes, we're going to judge people. I'm just giving you just a couple things right there. I'm not even giving you the whole deal. I'm just saying these three
Who was
things-
available that they should have got?
Huh?
Who was available that you? What move was available that you think they could have made?
For a big man?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's big men.
Was there another team that made a move? You're like, we could have done that.
For big men?
Yeah.
Did we
just
probe?
mid-season?
I mean, so for me,
I know they
would've-
didn't.
I would've-
Sometimes not making the move is the best move.
Right, and I don't know if that happened this year. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would have pushed for Miles Turner. When we were talking about the whole Buddy Hield, Miles Turner thing, forget Buddy Hield. Like, get Miles Turner. If you can get Miles Turner, get him. You get him. Now you got your two-headed monster. You're pretty good defensively. I mean, and he can stretch out and play the stretch five because he can hit threes. Like, we need to protect the main asset, and that's not LeBron.
It's AD.
It's AD.
Correct.
And we have to do that this offseason or else, I'm sorry, he got to
Last comment on this, Money Mike.
So
please.
here's my question, because we know what happened, and we see the Darvin Ham getting fired and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, I have two questions. Could any of coach done better? Do we think in the situation and what we've seen?
No.
And Darvin
That's
Ham
why we're
is-
sitting here
he's
going,
been
who would
fall
you
guy.
hire?
And then what you're saying, if we had Miles Turner and all that stuff, would we have gone? Would we have gone further? Like,
Okay, well, just look.
I'm just.
Would Ham have even used him properly?
That's what I'm saying. Let's look at the data. I don't have to try to make this even harder for anybody.
I
It's
know that's
Google
where you're
for
gonna
free.
go.
All I'm saying is when you look at the starting lineup that they have, and they finished the whole season 26-13, and they were on a 50-something% clip, and if they would have been on that trajectory, they would be the number 4, number 5 seed. That ain't nobody else but coaching. Ain't nobody else. He had the players. He decided to play Taurean Prince. He decided to go ahead and bench D'Angelo, Austin Reeves, and who's the other guy he benched? I think he benched another person. D'Angelo Russell and and Hachimura. He decided to do that to play who? Cam Reddish, Taurean Prince. Sorry. Yes, we want to. I can pile on LeBron. But, man, there is just a lot. And when you got guys like us making videos about coaching decisions and stuff that he could have done. It's a wrap, bro. The amateurs are calling him out. It's a wrap.
I was gonna say,
we should be able to just dissect
he should be
him like
levels
this.
above.
Yeah, he's
levels
a wrap.
above.
It's a wrap.
You got a final comment on this?
No, I agree.
All
I
right.
mean, I just don't think that there's
LeBron ain't going
no
nowhere,
right
boss.
answer.
LeBron ain't going
Well,
nowhere.
yeah,
There's only one right answer for you, and that's LeBron got to go.
Well, I mean, but listen,
Look, you need to go
we're
to
not
sleep
gonna
for
be
2
able
years
to
and wake
advance.
up.
We're
And
not going to be able to advance and get in a situation where we'll be able to have long-term development until LeBron there. This is always a
technically speaking,
short-term goal.
if there's no success in the next 2 years, then by giving LeBron his farewell 2 years, we sacrificed AD's prime 2 years. That's reality. That's reality.
100%.
All right.
Free Donovan Mitchell.
Yep, free time. Yeah, there you go. All right, Spida. All right, guys. Let's keep talking here. Let's keep going. We teased in the beginning, guys. There's a whole new season that started, and this is called the WNBA, guys.
It, man.
This
excited,
is like
get excited.
no other. If you
Get
ain't
excited.
been looking and listening, then you must be under a rock. The WNBA is here. The WNBA is back. The WNBA is big. Guys, this is really exciting. We're happy here in Infanity TV. We cover the WNBA. We cover the Sparks with LA Sparks Weekly. So we're super excited. Tonight is the first technically home game for the Sparks, although it's at the Long Beach Pyramid for 2 games at the Long Beach Pyramid. But tonight, game 1.
So here's the thing, man. We have to do a correction on what you said. You said the WNBA is back. That's true. You know, we're excited.
Yep.
That's true.
That's true.
You know, it's big.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's big. You know why I don't know if it's big? Because I think they're totally missing the mark on the marketing of this thing. They're only highlighting one team, it looks like, and not the whole league. We have a rivalry. I like it, and let me know if I'm wrong to this, but I'll just throw it out there. I see Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese as a magic bird, and the state of the WNBA is very similar to the state of the NBA in 1979 or 1980
Fledgling.
when that happened. And one thing that they did back then in 1980, they put, marketing dollars towards creating that rivalry. Angel Reese is selling out as many jerseys and getting as many looks. They're not highlighting the Chicago Sky. There was somebody that actually was live streaming the game because you couldn't find it anywhere, and she got 2 million people watching the live stream of the Chicago Sky. And I don't understand, for the life of me, listen, y'all doing a great job with Caitlin, but why are you guys not doing the same equal thing? I'm just asking
Money,
for
it
equal.
gets worse than that. So the league came out, and of course they announced, if you haven't heard, that the teams will be getting chartered planes. They do not have to fly commercial anymore, with exception. Which team?
Of the Chicago Sky. And why are we not doing that?
They say, oh, not all teams yet, but they will. In Chicago, Sky happens to be one of the teams that.
But see, but here's the thing,
And
though.
that's crazy.
That
But
is
see,
unfair advantage. As
That's
far as I'm
crazy.
concerned, it's completely unfair advantage.
Did
Well,
you see those
yeah, but
women
see, but-
on that charter flight?
What was that team?
They were having a ball. They were loving life. It was like
What
they
was-
made it to the big time.
Yeah.
They were
It's
happy. That
huge.
whole mentality. They were ready to play. They felt good. Like, you got people talking about
Look,
like
you literally had the Sparks and going to sleep for 3 hours. Remember last year in the airport because they couldn't get a flight out.
Yep.
Right.
Just had to fly commercial.
And what team was that last year that had a charter flight and they got
Phoenix.
fined?
Well, there was a
was
team.
it
There was, I think,
Phoenix?
New York, but they had to get Griner a charter because it wasn't safe for
Right.
her to fly on. So it's just, but
So
it makes,
I mean, so there. Here's the thing: is like I think, and you can miss me with saying that it's not enough money and all that type of stuff because see, these business people know one thing, right? And this is what they always say: you got to spend money to make money, right? And so if you go out there and if you put Angel Reese face up just like you put Caitlin Clark's face up. If you do a little highlight reel, and I know you guys know how to do it, because you guys are owned by the NBA, right? If you do a highlight reel where you have them, finagling in and different players, you throw Asia Wilson in it, Caitlin Clark, and Nescu. Come on, like what? Why are we not televising opening day? Like if this was like what should happen is this: they should have done the schedule where they got Caitlin playing. And what they should have done was done the schedule where they have Caitlin
playing
and playing Chicago opening night.
Yeah.
Like why is this not
we're
option?
missing this?
Listen. Look, let me
it's so silly.
Or the Christmas game at least.
Yes, it's so silly.
Like why are these things not happening? Because you know what happened in the NFL? I don't know if you guys saw the NFL.
I saw that too.
Right? There's a hardball bowl for Thanksgiving. Like, they said, the Chargers and Baltimore are playing each other on Thanksgiving. You think that's not planned and not figured out? Like, come on, you guys know who the biggest stars are, right? So you literally you should have 4 teams, whatever. I would have Nescu going against Asia Wilson, one game, and Caitlin going against Chicago Sky, Angel Reese. Why is this not your opening night? Mm-hmm. Or if you do, if you want to split that out, you do two games here, 2 games there. Listen, I'm not getting paid for this marketing advice, but I guarantee you can sit back and watch.
Once again,
4 hours.
Why are the
Am I wrong?
amateurs? Why are the amateurs?
Yeah,
Am I wrong
feeling
for that?
like we're giving advice? Now we could be wrong.
We could
and
be wrong.
there could be things behind.
But-
I'm just saying.
Okay, so like going back, I know you were saying you touched on the NFL. The NFL, that's why NFL is king. Like I love basketball more, but I'm not going to even deny the monster that is the NFL. They have it down pat. They know how to market that sport. They have now allowed little snippets because now everything is year round. But of course, the NBA is what's comparable. We can't really. I mean, I don't want to go ahead and equate, the two sports, but we can take a little bit out.
You don't have to.
I'm just saying.
Why? I'm sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
You don't really even have to. You can just don't even talk about NFL. You know why? Because they had a bright idea to put LeBron James against the Nuggets opening night while they was getting the ring. Like that is
all they had to do was do that with the
obvious.
Aces. I thought the game would be Clayton Clark against the Aces opening night. Ring night.
Again,
Put
they've
her out
been
there.
the
Let's see.
WNBA. WNBA has been missing the boat for a while. To me, it seems like they're
doing it
on purpose. They have to be, and I
It
don't
doesn't make any
understand why.
sense. It doesn't really make any sense. And if the small market stuff, the Indiana, whatever. Like I said, you already have built in. This is like the resurgent year.
And they have expansion teams coming.
Yes.
Golden State has
This is the
developers.
resurgence
They
year.
have expansion teams coming. It's like,
And they're trying to get in national.
now's
They
the
went to Toronto.
time. Go.
Yeah.
And Olympics and women's. This is the year, everybody.
It
My
is
goodness.
just, and then they're just like really just missing the point.
All right. So last night, Caitlin Clark played. They did lose, but she scored roughly 20 points, I believe. The Caitlin Clark watch is on for every game. You know what? I got a question for you guys real quick. We'll start with you, Stat. Is it okay? It doesn't matter. Does it matter that she's didn't win the title, yet she's still getting all this, and she's white? And it seems like, does that matter? Or at this point, is it just doesn't matter? It's all good for the NBA as long as somebody's getting the attention to bringing the attention.
I would say that if it was even across the board.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm okay with her getting her pub. I'm okay with her actually being the face of, the franchise and everything, but she also has to earn it. I'm okay. I want to see her earn it. But you can't allow someone that was carrying the sport like Angel Reese and have her act, like she's chopped liver, or anybody from the South Carolina team come into the league and acting like they shouldn't be promoted as well as Caitlin Clark. Give her her flowers, but you can't have some team not have charter flights and she's out there Instagram live posting, like rubbing it in people's faces. Not her per se,
just-
but the Indiana Fever is, because that was their feed. They're the ones that were showing everybody how they're on the flight and everything like that. keep it consistent. Yes, we are in America. We cannot. I'm not gonna like. I'm gonna just leave it at that. No, we're gonna leave it at that, man. And at the same time, we want to get. We need a new demographic. We got to market to that demographic that we want to bring in, because I don't think the demographic that they are marketing to has ever watched the WNBA. They watch college basketball, but they have never watched the WNBA. So, you know what I'm saying? Bring that Midwestern, that heartland into the thing and get that kind of viewership. But at the end of the day, Angel Reese gotta have a flight. I mean, they gotta have a flight.
Money, I'm of the belief that when you have a name that's already been built up in college so big, like Caitlin Clark, if you're gonna take it easy anywhere, that's where you do it, because it kind of has a life of its own, and you pay attention to, like you say, the Angel Reeses and the Cameron Brinks and all these other picks that are there to help build, and your veteran players. Bring them right along with it. You don't forget them. You bring them right along and start saying, "Look at all this talent." What are your thoughts?
Look, it really is utterly ridiculous, because and I will tell you this. Hey, shout out to Angel Reese, because I'm gonna tell you one thing: Angel Reese can afford a charter flight. Okay, and Angel Reese got NIL deals. Angel Reese is making millions of dollars, right? Not everybody on the team is, but Angel Reese is. You know what I'm saying? So she could be like, "Hey, bump y'all. I'm gonna go ahead, give me a little private charter."
She wouldn't do that.
You know what I mean? And we could go ahead, and that will be. She will be looked upon as being wrong, and in the pro. Oh, I can't believe that she act like she better than somebody else. And the only difference in that to me is because you have Caitlin, who again has NIL deals, has millions of dollars, can afford it on her own. Somebody's doing it for her.
Why?
And why are we not thinking about doing the same thing?
You do understand that quite literally, she would spend her entire year's salary from the WNBA on those charter flights.
No, you know what? Listen.
Now the NIL would pay for other stuff.
Question,
Hey,
I want to
But
know
the
about the
Angel
charter
Reese
flight.
would pay her entire salary for
But you
charter
know what? Not
flights.
really. Hold on, not really. Listen.
Because she ain't
Straight
really,
up, okay.
They don't get paid that much.
Hey, no joke.
Jet fuel is expensive.
Hey, dog. Hey, look. Jet Sweetettes, right?
Yeah,
Jet
yeah,
Sweetettes.
yeah.
I can pay like, what was it, like
Yeah.
$400, whatever.
To go
you know what I mean?
To go where?
Jet Sweetettes. I could go ahead and get that. You don't have to get a full blown, but you could go and get a Jet Sweetettes is like a commercial private.
Yeah, my girl
right?
flies that all the time.
At minimum, right? So
Her company
can we
does
at least get that where they're not going through the regular airport, and we could do. There are a lot of private commercial airlines versus Alaska.
Why don't they just
Southwest.
work out a deal with
Right.
Delta as a
Can I ask
sponsor
you-
and
but,
call it a day?
Yeah, and then why? So I'm still right now understanding the whole charter thing, because why haven't the Sparks just stepped up and get them a charter flight?
Well, because last year they weren't supposed to.
They weren't allowed.
So they can't do
Last
that?
year they weren't supposed to.
Because of
Apparently
equity.
now
No,
it's a
see,
safety issue.
see, y'all messing around.
Apparently
we
now
got to
it's
do what we
50.
got to do here, because see, we're not gonna be held back just because you guys are cheap. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, just do a Cronky and just be like, I'm just gonna build it anyway. Like, I'm just gonna
Find me.
get them. I'm just gonna
Find-
find me.
find
Anyway.
me.
Find me.
Yeah,
Because
but
I'm
taking care of my
gonna
team.
take care of my team. You want to find me? Find me. And step up for your players. Because I know, dude, Mark Davis loved his team. He loved his team because his team is doing better than his daddy's team, which is the Raiders. Okay, he's loving life. He's a good owner, and he loves and he puts them right there where they need to be. He makes a lot of decisions, and he makes them feel good about playing for the Aces. I mean, so he treats his players well. Why can't other owners treat their players, as well, and get them a charter already, because they do it for the men?
You're right. There's no excuse.
No excuse.
No excuse. But what is excusable is that every single show that we have here, we end with a segment we call Money Mike's Out of Bounds. Money Mike's going to share his thoughts or opinions on a topic. It's really simple, everybody. You just need to let us know. Are those thoughts in bounds or out of bounds? Money Mike, you got the mic.
Hey, this is a very interesting one because this is something I kind of thought about. I was like, nah, but you know what? Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and do it.
All right.
I'm scared.
So no need to
Don't
be
get us
scared.
canceled.
You know what I was thinking about? Like, after we saw the South Carolina championship and everything was going on, and I was thinking about Don Staley, and I was thinking like, she's really really good over there in college, but wouldn't it be pretty awesome if she came over to the professional ranks, and being like a Becky Hammond, for example, to over to the NBA, and so am I out of bounds to say, maybe South Carolina is too small for Don Staley with all the work that she's done. She literally put together the whole team. Went to the WNBA and she came right back and went 32-0 with a whole nother. That is some amazing coaching. So we've been talking about the Laker coach and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, am I the bounds to say I may want to throw Don Staley on our staff, on the Laker staff, to possibly make history?
I wouldn't be I wouldn't mind it. However, I would say you're out of bounds because I wanted to stay in South Carolina, and I wanted to stay in South Carolina because she's still chasing Geno. She's still chasing Pat Summitt. She's got a lot to work with to do in the college game. I don't want her to just guilt them and then be like, deuces, you guys, I'm too big for you guys. I want her to dominate this sport like somebody have not dominated since Pat Summitt, like Geno, just making it like this my world, y'all living in it, and y'all know I'm gonna get everybody, and that's where she's at right now. Like you said, she went 32-0 with what? Brand new squad, and she's going to probably get another brand new squad, and she probably lose 2 games tops next year. That's what it's supposed to look like in college basketball. It got to look like utter dominance. And yes, and that's why make it look easy. Go 32-0, 31-0. It has to look like that. For when we're talking about the greatest teams of those UConn teams, they used to go. They would didn't they go undefeated 3 years in a row?
Right.
Okay, she got some work to do. You know what I'm saying? She could still, but I wouldn't mind her on the Laker coach because she'd probably be tougher than any coach we had in the past 10 years.
Yeah, I think you're right on the line. I think, like you said, time, maybe not right now, but in a couple years when LeBron retires.
Yeah, why not?
Now you're talking because she's got a little bit more done over there and see what happens. And now you can bring in that coaching staff and make some plans. So maybe, but the only thing that really matters is what you guys think. So what do you guys think? Is Money Mike inbounds, out of bounds, Don Staley on the coaching staff? He didn't say head coach, but on the coaching staff. Money Mike thinks she should stay where she is and continue her success. So you let us know what you think in the comments. Be sure to check in with LA Sparks Weekly. Again, the Sparks tonight going game 1.
Yes.
We're there, InfinityTV.com, Profanity Nation every Wednesday morning, 8 a.m. You know where to find us. Lakers news never ends. We out.
Peace.
Peace.